you're kind of becoming a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more lazy, and you'll be surprised what the brain will do with that type of data. Um, it just might make some changes for you. It almost definitely is. And it might start to change around your hierarchies of how you think, how you are being here, how you're moving through life. And it almost certainly will, I think. And just embrace it. This is just a journey of you finding yourself. And I like his idea a lot. Embrace rationality for a little while. Go have that conversation. So once you start kind of actuating your senses, noticing them, what you're thinking, the dialogue in your mind starts to change. And what's happening is you never stop thinking, right? That conversation just continues. And through mindfulness, you kind of become aware of this idea that you can have a good relation to that narrative. Sam's idea, it can be going better. You can be having a better experience in reality. And that comes from actuating your senses. This journey of becoming more open. This idea of seeing noticing the conversation that's going on within yourself, within your body, and trying to get that conversation in a direction which you want to be having that conversation, or it fascinates you. Maybe it's an embrace of the psyche. Maybe mindfulness is an embrace of the psyche, and noticing that it's more or less its interplay with reality is participating in a conversation in reality, with reality, with life. And yeah, if you look at culture, if you look at how you're gonna fit in, if you look at the tribe and everything, you'll you'll find that you don't stop wanting to have a conversation. That just doesn't go away. But you will find that you can kind of tune or just try to get your brain to get you to the place where you do want to have a conversation. And that seems to work. And that's a phenomenon. And that must have worked for a long time. And that must have been something along the lines of what people always believe. Because why do they put out books, and why do they continue this conversation in this kind of dilemma that we find ourselves in? The reality, the human condition. And you might find that if you embrace rationality a little bit, you might kind of start wanting to trend in that direction as well. That might turn something on in your psyche as you embrace it. That wouldn't be surprising. That would not be very surprising. And because there does seem to be, and I think Jordan Peterson's right, there seems to be some proclivity the brain has towards organizing history if we can use it, if it's usable. If there's too much entropy and a human being can't make sense of it, it seems to resist it. But if we can use it and organize it, and it can thus be, useful and helpful, there does seem to be a proclivity towards it, a natural biological desire for it. And that's also phenomena. And you'll notice these type of things, these subtleties as you find yourself. And you'll be like, "Hey, I'm a human being. I'm just walking around out here. I'm obviously participating in conversations with in life. Um, could they be going better? Yes, you'll probably say. And that's a phenomenon. And so the body's full of these kind of cocktails of phenomena that are probably moving electrons around saying, go in this direction, try this, try this as your pathway. I think Sam makes a really good point there. Try that. And his point is it should be rationality that you try. And so it's almost definitely going to change the way that your psyche is interacting with reality. And it's this idea that you're going to have a more serious conversation with reality and yourself. And that should be a good thing, hopefully for a lot of people. And if not, then, you know, there's ideas about change, about changing as well, um, to get you to that place where you do want to have a good conversation with, or, you are interested in participating in the conversation you're having with life. Um, and so, I like Sam's idea. I like Sam's idea of embrace rationality, and it'll probably lead you to a better uh, quality about consciousness, um, and it'll be more fascinating for you. It'll go better for you. And I think I think, and I think he really means that. I don't think he, expects you to be a Buddhist or turn into Buddha or just. But I think he really means that if you try, you yourself, once you notice that conversation that you're having with yourself, once you become aware of that, and I think that can happen very quickly, you know. Um, once you yourself are going to um, start to embrace that rationality. You yourself, your conversation that you're having with yourself is going to start becoming more rational. And he would basically say, embrace it. Don't be afraid of it. If if it seems like a kind of this you know magnanimous idea, don't be afraid to embrace it, even if you got to spend long periods of time with yourself. Um, obviously he believes that that is a, going to create some type of good biological response in you and lead you closer to more rational, more serious conversations, kind of in that direction, getting the psyche and in that direction. And it's this whole biological process of being here. It's the sun coming up, the moon going down, or the moon coming up. It's all of that, and it's all the conversations that you're having with yourself in all of that, in the midst of all that. It's you, it's the human condition. It's you being here. It's because it's you. It's your journey. It's you. Sam's is kind of also whether he's aware of this or not, he's imagining when he's saying making his argument that you should go meditate and be more rational. He's imagining you being in a state, a biological state in which you're more aware, in which you've more embraced rationality. in which it has had its effect on you. And so it is kind of this journey, it is kind of this other you that now you must go out and invent. That's gone off and uh, had the conversation, I guess, or is embracing it. And so, it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of the human condition. You got to go through the human condition first to get there. Um, Probably, maybe, I don't know. At least some of you. And so yeah, those are more of the positive benefits of meditation.